So we can never keep our skin soft, smooth or shiny if we can't keep it clean in the first place. And if you're still using things like a soap bar or a shampoo to do that, man, you need to follow TMF or Alex Costa. But anyways, you need to use a dedicated face wash to wash that handsomeness of yours. Because the skin on our face is very different than the skin on the rest of our body. The reason being, it is much thinner. Therefore, we use a face wash so that it can gently remove all the dust and dirt from the face without drying the hell out of it. But of course, choosing a face wash has never been easy. One is for oily skin and the other is for dry skin. But how am I supposed to choose one if I don't even know my skin type? Sometimes my skin feels oily, the other times it feels dry. But because I am such a moron, I've been trying out different ones to find the perfect one for me. But if you're also in a similar situation, I've compiled a list of 3 face washes that I've used extensively that I urge you to try out to see if these work for you. This is Manoj Chaudhary. We are the Alpha Army. Glad to have you on board. So the first one on the list is the Beardo Charcoal Face Wash. And I've used it for months, and that's the reason I know this is a really subtle face wash. It doesn't leave the face like completely dried out initially. But if we leave our face without applying a moisturizer for a while, the face will start feeling a little bit dry. But it does give us the feeling of cleanliness, the refreshing feeling that yes, the face is indeed clean. But texture-wise, it feels like an oil-based product in the fingers, and it feels the same way initially when we start applying it to the face. Color-wise, it's black and the smell is not bad. As for the ingredients, as minimal as Beardo has always been, they've mentioned only 2 key ingredients on their website. The first being activated charcoal that detoxifies gently, cleanses the skin deeply and unclogs all the pores. Second is aloe vera that keeps the skin moisturized, heals and soothes, and also protects the skin from the sun. But I don't think it is as effective as an SPF though. But that brings us to another face wash that I recently switched to, and I think this one has become my favorite face wash now. The Ustraa Neem and Charcoal Face Wash is one of the different ones. And I say that because mostly all of the face washes that are made for men for our thick skin tend to leave our face completely dried out and all stretchy after a little while if we don't apply a moisturizer to the face right away. But this is something else. I have experienced this. If I wash my face using this face wash, it ain't gonna feel dry, not after a minute, not after 5 minutes, not 10, never. Even if we forget to apply a moisturizer to the face. I will still apply a moisturizer because that has got its own job to do on the face. It is just an important point worth noting about this face wash. But another point worth noting is that even though this face wash doesn't leave the face all dried out, it does still manage to give us that clean, refreshing feeling. Of course, with an added feeling that we don't need to apply a moisturizer now. But texture-wise, it feels a little creamy on the fingers as well as when we apply it to the face. It is not a foaming face wash because it doesn't have any sulfates, as these are harmful for the face. But that's the reason it cannot produce much lather. Color-wise, it's a translucent green material that highly resembles aloe vera gel. And the smell of this thing is entirely herbal and refreshing. As for the ingredients, you've got 2 key ones. Neem that has got antiseptic and skin healing properties, and charcoal that has got the ability to clean the face intensively. And the unique combination of both of them makes a formulation that prevents excess oil on the skin so that our face doesn't feel all oily and greasy all day long. Of course, this is a completely sulfate and paraben-free product, so it is completely safe for daily use. But before we move on, if you find it helpful in any way, a like to this video and a sub to the channel will be really appreciated, brother. And if this is your vibe, a Discord channel is waiting for you in the description. Sorry for the interruption though. But the last one on the list that I also happen to like but didn't quite use it as much is the mCaffeine Cappuccino Coffee Foaming Face Wash. And I believe this face wash is meant to be used by the girls, by the behavior of it. Because as soon as we are done washing the face with this, it feels like more than cleaning it, it conditioned my face. The skin feels really soft to touch and moisturized as well. And I don't think it's got those harsh materials that are needed to clean men's skin. But of course, this can be a great one for you if this is what you've been wanting from a face wash. But personally, I'm not a big fan of it. Texture-wise, well, it's foam. And looking at the product like this, you may think this is not going to produce a lot of leather, but that ain't the case. As for the smell, it smells like coffee with a top note of a chemical sort of smell. And do note, I'm not saying that it contains some sort of really bad chemicals or anything. I'm only saying that it smells like that to me. Now for the ingredients, it's got some really interesting ones which we haven't seen in other face washes. And because it is mCaffeine, it contains 100% pure Arabica coffee that soothes and tones the skin. It's got vitamin E, which supposedly helps in controlling acne. It's got cinnamon, which heals acne and controls excess sebum production. But the most important to me is almond milk in a face wash, which softens and soothes the skin. But if watching this video brought any sort of value to you, as I said, a like to this video and a sub to the channel will be really appreciated. But with that being said, I'll see you around. Alpha.